Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beautiful souls. Welcome back to our vlog. I am doing a cook with me today, and I want to start by showing you guys the ingredients that I picked up from Trader Joe's. So I think, yeah, most of it is from Trader Joe's, and I did stop off at Walmart to pick up like some onions and a few other things that I thought that would be less expensive at Trader Joe's, but it come to find out it was about the same. So I am making a vegetarian chili, and I hope the lighting is okay. I know it's not the best lighting in my kitchen, but I am working with what I got until I get a camera. Y'all already know. I'm vlogging off my phone. So my daughter and I are gonna make cupcakes later, and the butter that I like to use is Kerrygold butter. This is unsalted and this is salted. So the salted butter, I'm actually going to use this to make cupcakes with later for my daughter. And if you cut this in half, this would be 2 sticks. So I'm just going to sit that to the side. This is the one that I will be using today to cook with. And so I'm going to go ahead and place that in my butter dish. I hope you guys are doing well and are high vibrational and just loving life, living your life to the fullest, staying happy as often as you possibly can, and not letting anything or anybody shake your confidence or your life in general. I'm just gonna wipe around this a little bit just to clean it up. This is a glass butter dish. I am low-key obsessed with Pioneer Woman. I love Pioneer Woman, and almost everything in my kitchen is Pioneer Woman. So I'm gonna sit that off to the side and discuss with you guys the ingredients. So I'm gonna be using a lot of elements. Portobello mushrooms. Portobello mushrooms are alkaline, so I'm going to use both of these. I have some organic shredded kale. Some more portobello mushrooms. So I got 3 of these because the mushrooms are going to take the place of meat. It's gonna make it meaty. I had surgery, you guys, so I went grocery shopping before I had surgery, and so this bag has just been sitting in the refrigerator since last Tuesday morning or afternoon. Today is Tuesday. It's actually been 1 week. Today is last Tuesday was November 1st. Today is November 8th. So like some of my vegetables have wilted a little bit. These are the scallions that I will be using. I'm just gonna put everything into there so that I can rinse them off. Again, I had a lot of scallions. Look at this, y'all. And I'm gonna do my best to revive some of these so that they're still good and can be used. I got some bell pepper. I have yellow, red, and orange because I want it to be very colorful and pretty. I will also be using some sweet peppers that I had left over from the week before. This is organic celery hearts. I already had some organic carrots. These are just fresh carrots. They are organic. I had some organic carrots already. So, but I totally forgot that I had them. And so I end up buying these from Trader Joe's. These are colorful organic carrots. As you can see, purple, you know, cream colored, which is white, like yellow and orange in there. So I'm going to use these. And a couple of jalapenos. All right. So those are the ingredients, the fresh vegetables that I'm using in my vegetarian chili. Also, I have my vegetable bin here, which I have my fruits at the bottom, and I have some limes in here, which I need to hurry up and use because, again, I bought these last week and I need to go ahead and use some of those. So I'm gonna squeeze some lime juice in there for sure. And then I got a whole bunch of red onions. Red onions are alkaline and I use these to cook with. I do not use any other onion besides scallion or like scallions, and then I use red onions, and then I also use what do you call them? Shallots. I use shallots sometimes when I'm making like soups, but this is my go-to. I always use red onion. And I bought some garlic because I use garlic as a medicine, and it brings out the mucus in your body. So I use garlic because it tastes very good too. And those are the ingredients that we will be using as far as like fresh ingredients. So I actually have to rinse off everything. I have to rinse off everything, and then we will get started. This is the pot that I'm using today. Of course, y'all know I love this pot. It is a cast iron skillet pot. You can put it in the oven. It's called a Dutch oven. So that's the one that I will be using today. As far as ingredients, I will be using, y'all know my staples, Better Than Bouillon. This is roasted garlic, and then this one is seasoned vegetable. And as far as like the seasonings, I'll be using seasoned salt, seasoned salt, probably some cinnamon sticks, some clove, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, rosemary, things like that. That's really good for the body and healthy. Bay leaf if I have it, of course, because bay leaf is good to go in any, savory soup dish. So yeah, and some paprika, of course, so some cayenne pepper. So stay with me and we will get started. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off my vegetables first, and I'll be right back. So now I am ready, and I'm also going to put in some red potatoes in there and some ginger. And I'm gonna slice this ginger up and just put it in the pot. Again, we'll go through everything step by step, and you guys will see how I make this beautiful, wonderful, delicious, amazing vegetarian chili. So my son is going to see what kind of beans I have. I know I have to have black beans and kidney beans in my cabinet because I keep beans and quinoa in there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to tilt this over here just like this. You guys will hear my voice and see the food going into the pot. I'll try to, keep myself in the screen as much as I can. Again, sorry for the lighting, but I'm doing my best. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this pot on. Medium-high heat. So I'm going to use some butter, and I'm also going to use some oil. I have this unfiltered extra virgin olive oil. This oil was quite expensive. It's from Puglia region in Italy. And I think I paid like $20 for this bottle. And it's very fragrant. Very, 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 very good. So you always want to start your base with onion and garlic. I don't want the garlic to burn, so I use the garlic towards the end because I'm going to slice them instead of like mince them or chop them. I'm going to just slice them, and I will possibly use both of these or maybe just one whole bulb. We shall see, because I'm going to also make sambusa. I'm making chicken alfredo, and I'm also making some spaghetti with no meat. I'm just going to have a vegetable spaghetti that I make for my kids. I'm trying to get them away from eating so much meat because, you know, meat is very acid for you and it causes like inflammation. So, you know, trying to balance out my halal and alkaline diet as best I can. So always keep a garbage bowl next to you. That way you don't have to run back and forth to the trash can. Makes cooking so much easier. So I got my pot heating up, and I love this cast iron pot, this Dutch oven, because it holds heat in really good, really well. So I'm going to try to have this video up for you guys by tomorrow or like Thursday, inshallah. It goes over the fence. I can cut you up. Sometimes I just record right on top of it anyway. I would love for you guys to be closer. Let me see if I can do it right here. You might want to get you might want to get a chair. You okay?
Spidey senses. There you go.
Thank you. So I'm gonna add my butter first, and I'm gonna cut this butter in half. Like that. And then I'm going to cut half of that half a stick. Like that. And that's probably like 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm gonna add some olive oil to it. About a tablespoon of olive oil. We're really not supposed to cook olive oil on high heat, but I'm mixing it with butter, so it's gonna be okay. A lot of vegetables is going into this vegetarian dish. A lot of vegetables. Okay. So that's 1 onion. Gonna coat it really good with butter. I'm putting the top on it, just keeping the top like slightly tilted so some of the steam can come out. And the steam is coming out right here. Now these are the beans that I have. So I like to shop at natural grocers. I don't know if you guys ever shopped at natural grocers, or if you have one in your area. I think that you should definitely go and take a look at what they offer over there, because you can find some really good priced items over there, as far as like their herbs and seasonings come in bags like this. And I buy a lot of them. This is rosemary, and this is one ingredient that I will be using. And they have like all kinds of herbs and beans and rice and things. This one I got over there. This is black turtle bean, organic black beans, turtle beans. They're very small. I also have some regular black beans that I got from, you know, like Walmart. I also have organic kidney beans that I also got from natural grocers. You guys can see those. So I have 2 bags of kidney beans, but I am going to use black beans. Black beans are very good for you. They're better for you than any kidney bean, you know, red bean or anything like that. So black beans are full of protein, so I want to make sure I'm adding some protein in there because I'm not using meat. So definitely I have my fiber, I have my antioxidants, I have my you know, citrus, I have my acidic, which is citrus, to balance it with the lime juice. Of course, that makes it alkaline when you add water to it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try a method that my mom showed me by soaking my beans in some water for a couple hours and covering them. So I don't know if that's actually going to work. So I have this. I'm going to try and see if this works. So I'm going to put my beans in here, and then I'm going to add some water to it. And we are going to cook. We are going to soak the beans for 2 hours. It's a total of 6 hours. And what the soaking method does, my mom says that It helps you to not have flatulence. So, you know, keep you from like having bad gas. So I'm going to take some natural spring water. This is not Crystal Geyser. This is just regular spring water. And I'm going to fill it all the way up like that. And I'm going to just let these soak. And what this does is it also helps cut down on the cooking time. It makes the beans softer. So it's going to be a total of 6 hours. By the time we eat dinner tonight, these beans will be like super ready. So I'm not concerned about that. I should have started them earlier today. But yeah, it's definitely going to be okay. I'm just going to give this a quick shake. Just like that. And then I'm just going to let it soak for 6 hours. So I'm going every 2 hours you change the water. So what I'm doing is setting my timer for 2 hours. I'm going to add some more onion to my pot. If y'all know me and have been rocking with me, you know, for a little bit and been watching some of my cooking videos that I don't have too many up on my page, but like if you are one of my YouTubers, my Facebook friends that have come over here on my page, then you know that I love to cook in layers. And I clean as I go. So this is the easiest way to dice onions. I learned this from the Cooking Network, from Rachel Ray's. So you just slice like this, the long way. You see that? Like that, the long way. All the way around the onion. And then you go and you cut it in half. Just like that. And then you just dice. You see that? And they come diced. Just like that in pieces. Super easy and quick. So that is 2 onions. I feel like that is enough onion. Again, as you can see. And we just let it brown in the pot. And then next we're gonna go ahead and, while that sautés in the pan, in the pot, we are gonna go ahead and start cutting up some more vegetables. You want to do all the hard vegetables first. So I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling my carrots. Now the word is that carrots are a hybrid food. Now we know that we've been told that carrots are good for the eyes, right? And these are organic carrots. So I mean, the jury is still out for me on whether carrots are, you know, organic or not. I mean, when I say organic, a natural source of vegetable or GMO food. I heard that it was a GMO because it's a created vegetable. I have more research to do on it, but these are organic. So I don't know. I don't think that carrots are on the alkaline list of vegetables from Dr. Sebi. So as you can see, I had two like yellow ones, and now I'm doing the red ones. Try not to make such a mess all over my kitchen, because y'all, I have so much going on and so much that I need to do. I think I'm going to turn this pot down just slightly because I can hear those onions in there. Just a sizzling. It smells so good. And it looks like they have like seeds in them. Y'all see that? So I didn't have too many of these red carrots. So they're like a really deep auburn, kind of like brownish, almost brown. And another thing that I know is that anything that's colorful like this, this is a natural. This is what it looks like in the inside. You see how yellow it is in the inside? This is what God has made that's natural. Things that are colorful are natural, right? Most of the things that you see, like white onions and white things like that, they are not natural. And if I can afford to buy organic, I always will use organic as often as possible. Keep that in mind. Even like my onions, if I can afford to buy organic red onions and organic garlic, I'm definitely going to opt in for the organic. So let me just take a look at these onions. They are doing really good. Just give them a little swirly whirly. The reason why I'm keeping the top off slightly tilted is to not create so much water in the onions, in the onion pot, in the pot with the onions out, I should say. because I am going to add some Crystal Geyser water in the end once I add the seasonings. My cooking videos tend to be quite long because I literally take y'all with me like every single step of the way, so y'all know that I'm not cheating. Like, I love to cook. I'm actually doing this thing. I'm not skipping any steps. I'm cooking from scratch. All right. Right. Those onions are smelling so good, so right. Ooh, baby. It's 12:19 p.m. Gonna cut off the ends. I am going to grab a bowl. Right. So I'm not cutting these up in any particular, like, you know, not, I mean, for me, I'm just cutting them, and however they flow, I want them to be at least this thick, you know. That's maybe like, I don't know, is it a ½ an inch? Something like that. Because I want this to be, again, this is going to be a hearty vegetarian chili. And I know you're probably like, how is it vegetarian if you use butter? I mean, come on, mostly vegetarian. The only, I mean, I could have used ghee, but still, ghee is still considered like milk products. Nothing tastes better than butter to me. When you use butter in your food, it just, something about butter, let me tell you, something about that natural creamy, that buttery creaminess, bomb. It just brings out all the beautiful flavors in the food, and that's why I love to cook with butter. Off. Look how pretty those are. Oh my goodness. So gorgeous. Now, as I cook these, I am going to turn down the heat and like slow cook them with the top on. So once I start putting other vegetables in here, like these carrots and the celery and the peppers and everything else, I am going to put the top on so that the heat can be insulated, creating, you know, an all over, like you cook on the outside and the inside. So just make the vegetables very soft, and also with a lower heat, so I can retain as much nutrients in the food as possible, if that makes sense. So they're browning really good now. I'll turn so you guys can see it's getting that nice brown, the brown caramelization on it, which I love to see. So we're getting there, inshallah. All right, we'll keep going. And I'll show you guys the medley of color in this bowl. It's just heavenly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made everything so beautiful, precise, and good for us. Alhamdulillah. Allah is so good to us. Subhanallah. And these fresh natural ingredients that Allah made for us by way of different species of plants, like, you know, which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? None, I say. None, I say. Alhamdulillah. He made these vegetables and herbs good for our bodies, to keep us healthy and strong. And we should be as creative as possible, because Allah gave us a brain, and we should use that brain to be very creative. You guys see that? The medley of vegetable. So beautiful. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the carrots like that. And this Dutch oven pot, you guys, it gets very dry at the bottom and things start to stick. So you want to make sure that you're scraping the bottom and making sure that you have enough oils in there as possible to keep the vegetables from sticking. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more. Olive oil to the bottom. And then I'm also going to add some more butter. Like that. Much butter. by the end of this, I'm probably gonna end up using that whole stick of butter. So now you can see I put the top on, and I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit because it's gonna insulate, right, and start kind of like boiling, bubbling. So now I'm gonna work on some of the softer vegetables. I'm going to work on the celery. And this is 2 bunches. So this is 2 bunches of celery, mini stalks. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 stalks of celery. And I'm just going to do the same that I did with the carrots, with the celery. Just rough chop it. Put it in my bowl, just like that. Because carrots are harder in the inside, they take a little bit longer to cook. So that is why I dice the carrots, chop the carrots first and put them in there with the top on. Because as I continue to layer the pot with the different vegetables, the longer, the carrots will be in there. The, longer they'll be cooking. So they'll cook all the way through. So my plan and my goal is to get all of these vegetables in here within the hour. It's already been, about 50 minutes. No. Yeah, because it's been almost 40 minutes plus the additional maybe like 5. So a little over an hour to get everything in the pot. This is my goal. Inshallah, I can get it done. Even the flowers, you want to put those in the pot too, the leaves. Have much nutrients in them. Over here being top chef in the kitchen. you guys have kids, have you heard of this new magazine? I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me. It's called the Dean magazine, and I want to look into it and getting it for me and for my kids and my nephews, my sister Osley's sons that I adopted. All of her kids. Her kids are like my kids. I love them so much. Her family, it's my family. I'm sorry if this is like really loud, because I'm cutting on the stove top talking to you guys. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a voiceover on this or if I'm just gonna let it ride. But I wanted to talk with you guys as I cooked and get your opinion on some things. And it's called the Dean magazine. My Dean is the name of it. If any of you have ever have a subscription to the Dean magazine, let me know in the description box what you like about it. Like if it's been beneficial to you and your family. It's supposed to help the kids learn in a very efficient and fun way about our deen, about Islam, maximize their learning potential, accelerate their growth in knowledge of Islam, which I think is like, to replace knowledge of benefit for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Islam, for our deen, is better for us than to allow our kids to, like watch YouTube videos or a whole bunch of like cartoons or just TV in general. So I'm always looking for better ways to help my kids maximize their potential, Even myself, like when I'm in the car, when I take them to school, I play Zaki and Friends, and they're listening to, Kazwa and Zaki and their, and their friends talk about Islam, the 5 daily prayers, the times of day that we pray, the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, why it's best for us to pray Fajr, first thing in the morning, and just little things like that to help them along their way, because I am a strong believer that, you teach a child the way that they should go early in life, and as they grow, they'll adhere to their morals and values. So I'm going to show you guys what this looks like now. And you see how it has created a little bit of juice in there. Y'all see what I'm saying at the bottom? You want to just scrub the bottom of your pot. I have a wood spoon, so it's easy to keep from scraping the bottom of my pan. All right. Nice and beautiful and colorful. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add the celery, all of the celery. Give that a zhuzh. The celery has phytonutrients and water in it. So just gonna let that marinate. Gonna let that do its thing over there. Put the top back on. Continue to let everything cook. Right. Next step, peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and add the bell pepper, and then I'll add the sweet pepper and then the jalapenos. So what I like to do is I like to cut it down the middle, just a little ways like that. Open it up, and then get the ends, scrape the insides out. Like that. Shake those seeds out. And I just pull this part out. I'm going to pull out the stem. Just like that. You see that? Perfect. So I'm going to do that with each and every one of these. And you don't have to be harsh and rough with the pepper. You can be gentle because it's going to come right off. That stem is going to come right out of there. Just give it a little pull and a little twisty twist. Just like that. So I also started a series with this book called Accent. If you want to scroll down and see, I have it in a, like in a group, what do you call that? In a category. It's a book. It's called Accent. It's a blue book. I have recorded another video for that, and I recorded it the same day that I did the other two. And I'm trying to make them my intention is to make them easier to digest. So, you know, making them in smaller parts, like, you know, no more than 15 minutes or so at a time, so that they're easier to digest. That is my intention, inshallah. So I'm just cutting these in strips like this, and then I'm just going to rough cut it. Not in any particular sequence, just rough cutting it into, you know, like triangular or, you know, whatever pieces, just like that. Just a general rough cut. So I definitely want you guys to check that out, that series out, because it's talking about having a choice, having choice to choose, and how that choice is reflected in our religion, right? And how we use our brain to make the best choices for our lives, right? Like, some people grow up Islam and, you know, in Islam, and have, you know, like, their parents choose for them their religion. I was listening to Ustad, gosh, what's her name? I forget her name, but I've been listening to a lot of her lectures, and I was listening to her lecture yesterday and today, her series on, you know, what is our religion. And the first day was about the angels, right? And today, I haven't finished that video yet, but it's about, you know, it's also about what is our religion, but it's talking more on, so of like, you know, the basis of our religion. Who is God? You know, why do we call him Allah and not God like every other religion? All the other religions call him God. We call him Allah. Does that make it more real for us? Like, what does Allah mean? And all of that. So the book Accent talks about the different choices that we have as, like, our God-given free will that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us when we were born, right? and how our environment and the things that we are acquainted with or introduced to, like, again, how we grow up thinking, like, we don't even know the color blue until someone tells us that's blue. You know what I mean? We don't know that this is yellow until someone says and teaches us that this is the color yellow, the color orange, the color brown, right? And then we say, well, which colors do we like best? Well, blue's my favorite color. That is a conscious choice that I make to say that out of all the arrays of beautiful colors that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, blue is my favorite color. So it's about, like, having more than one learning experience or having more knowledge introduces us to make better choices or different kinds of choices. And each individual is going to make a choice that's beneficial for their life, individually, personally, So, like, if you have more than one direction to get to your job, first of all, when you're new to a job, you say, which direction should I take? You find the map, right? Even on, like, MapQuest or whatever, and Google Maps. And the Google map already provides you the best route that Google thinks is the best route. But then as you are exploring, through the month or whatever, or however long you've been working there, and you say, you know what? I've been living in this city long enough. Instead of taking a right in 2 miles, I'm going to take the freeway and I'm going to get off on this street, and then I'm going to bust a left and I'm going to take the back street here or there or wherever. When you have more than one option, you make the best choice for yourself. If you only have one option, how can you even make a better choice, or a more conscious? I don't want it to offend anyone. I'm trying to say this correctly, but if you listen to that series, the first video and the second video, and especially this third one that I'm going to put out this week, it talks about how you can make better choices for yourself if you have more than one option. If you only know one option, then how can you even make an educated choice with just one option? Your brain is so intelligent and smart that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has automatically given you the innate ability to make better choices for yourself if you have more than one option. If you have knowledge of benefit. Does that make sense? Right? If you have more knowledge. So the more that we learn, the more that we grow. And that's why it's so important in our religion, in our faith, to always exercise our right, our Islamic God-given right to obtain knowledge of benefit. And I'm talking about right-guided, beneficial knowledge. Right-guided, beneficial knowledge. There's a difference. What you want to do is ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you to make better choices for yourself with the knowledge that you receive. All right? That is actually permissible and in our religion. And if I'm not mistaken, that is obligatory in our religion, to continue to educate ourselves, to ask questions. Whether it's to question, to ask questions about the Quran, about our religion, whatever. We are required to ask questions. That's what I love about Islam so much compared to Christianity, where Christianity, they're like, this is what it is. Shut up. Don't question it. Just have faith. Have blind faith. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to ask questions. He wants us to be inquisitive. He wants us to ask him and to seek knowledge so that he can continue to reveal truths to us, because there's so much knowledge of benefit in Islam. And if you keep reading your Quran, you will continue to find more and more and more revelations, of the Quran and of life in general. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so beautiful. He's so supreme. He's so intelligent. He's so merciful. He's so, giving and forgiving and forbearing and the king of all, right? That he knows what we know not, and he knows that we are going to be naturally inquisitive and want to ask questions and be right guided. And he allows us to do such and do it freely in our religion. Alhamdulillah. So beautiful. So that's what I do a lot of times in my car, is I listen to recitations of the Quran, and I listen to lectures, and I try to find every, in the pockets of my day, remembrances of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. And I encourage you to do the same so that you can continue to learn and grow in Islam. And the closer you are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you keep remembering Allah throughout your life, throughout every single day, even in those small pockets of the day, Allah will increase your iman, increase you in light, and he will start to just reveal and unveil and, send beautiful information your way, beautiful people to help you be guided. All right. So now, ooh, y'all, it smells so good. We haven't even added no salt or seasonings yet. This is just the vegetables. Okay? Smells so right, so good up in here. So now, you see how everything is just caramelizing? So beautiful. Now I'm going to add some more vegetables that are going to add more water. It's the yellow, red, and orange peppers. And the reason why I am taking the opportunity to stir is because I want all the oil to be coated now through the bell peppers, right? So good. See how colorful it is? Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So I'm thinking to add, I don't know if I want to add a little more olive oil. And I'm going to put the top on it and then just let that continue to do what it do. The next thing we are going to add is the sweet peppers. Now I know I added bell pepper, and y'all probably like, you gonna add sweet peppers too? Yeah, I'm gonna add sweet peppers too. Peppers are really good for you. Oops, I put it in the wrong one. Peppers are good for you. Peppers have anti-inflammatory properties. And I'm just giving them a rough chop like that. Nothing special. They have anti-inflammatory properties, which makes them an alkaline vegetable, which makes it good for the body. Okay? It is a very gloomy day outside in Omaha, y'all. Like, It's like, look like it's gonna rain out there. And it's cool, but it's not like extremely cold. So again, I'm just removing the seeds. And I want to keep some of this. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't like to waste ingredients. Look at that, all that was gonna be wasted in that bowl. Nope. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. If you are still with me at this point and you are enjoying this conversation and loving this vegetarian dish that I am making, or you just like being over here in general with your girl, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and let a sister know that you rocking with me, that you feeling this whole vibe, okay? It's a vibe over here at Tiffany Khadijah's spot. All right. So what I suggest if you are a new Muslim is to definitely just continue to research, continue to listen to lectures, and in a lot of those lectures, like if you get a chance to take some of the online courses at almaghrib.com or yaqininstitute.com or Bayana Institute, Bayana. Listen, all three of those are extremely, extremely beneficial. Subhanallah, Astud, Noman Ali Khan, may Allah increase that brother's light. May Allah increase his ranks in Jannah Firdaus. I love him so very much. He has a very, very good website. He has Bayana TV, but he also has Bayana Online, where you can purchase for $11 a month. You can purchase $11, do $11 a month subscription, or you can just pay for the whole year. And he has a wealth of information over there. Like, listen, he teaches you how to read the Arabic alphabet and helps you to learn how to read the Quran. He has story time over there for the family. He has all kinds of series that's packed full of knowledge of benefit. That man is just such a great teacher. First and foremost, he is a teacher, which makes him such a really good, Muslim teacher. He's not a scholar, but to me, he is a scholar. He's a teacher, and he studied the Quran. He knows the Quran like the back of his hand, I would say. He has all types of videos on his page. Right now. I'll be right back.